A serial killer is made not with the killings, but with a tarnished past, stabbed headspace, and wounded mental health, with negligence unleashing the doors of loneliness. Was that the case with Jeffrey Dahmer? Let's find out. और अगर आप ये वीडियो हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक पर क्लिक करें. Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, is a 10-episode long work of fiction created by Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan. The show does not waste a second to suck you right into the matter and introduce you to the goriness that is about to unfold in the forthcoming episodes. Based on the life of one of the most notorious serial killers in the history of crime, Jeffrey Dahmer, this series just does not cling to the basic information. Instead, it takes a dig at the political scenario, the police failure, the legal system's bias towards certain communities. After a linearly designed first episode, the stage shifts to a non-linear fashion from episode 2, and the constant back and forth keeps you hooked. At the end of episode 2, you will get to hear an actual call recording made between Glenda and the police officers. Now that works as a solid piece of evidence for future references, because somewhere you will feel that the negligent police scenes are a little superficial and over fictionalized. But then you remember immediately that this was how it was. On the other hand, coming of age for Dahmer had been rather difficult. Firstly, he discovered that he was a splanknophiliac, someone who finds internal organs sexually arousing. Then he comes to terms with his homosexuality, and later he becomes this necrophilia cannibal eating human hearts. But what stays intact is Jeffrey's remorseless face even after killing 17 young men. During one of the interrogation scenes, he says that he doesn't even remember the names of his kills. And he recalls them as the hitchhiker guy or the bathhouse guy. Like Charles Sobrach, another notorious killer, this one likes attention. And just like Sobrach, Dahmer uses his good looks and good boy behavior to charm, lure, and trap potential prey. By the middle of episode 6, your heart will start sinking, and amidst all the silence on the screen, you will be the only one screaming. Episode 6 has to be the best in the series. I wish the makers could have given us more insight into the world of other victims too, as 17 potential backstories could have been easily explored in a series that is 10 episodes long, and each episode takes about an hour to culminate. I wonder why the makers didn't show us even one family reaching out to the police to find or to file a missing persons report for their lost ones. Except for Tony's, obviously. The problem is that we spend way too much time with Dahmer till the 6th episode that it is hard for us to inhale any new information or introduction of new characters from the families of his previous kills. The show tries to shed light on so many things that it misses the plot somewhere in the middle. The last 3 episodes are a little too elongated and tiresome. What keeps you engaged are the solid performances. Evan Peters gets into the head of this monster so beautifully that you get to feel how Jeffrey feels. As an actor, it is very hard to portray the emotional or the internal conflict on screen. And Peters has done a spectacular job there. A special mention has to be made for Niecy Nash, who plays Glenda the neighbor. It is very difficult for you to take your eyes off her while she is performing, because she is simply outstanding and has done a commendable job. A lot of fictional and non-fictional work has been already made on the life of Jeffrey Dahmer, but this one skillfully encapsulates all aspects, right from bad parenting to an even worse legal system. If you know the story of Jeffrey Dahmer already, watch it for some extra trivia. And if you don't know the story at all, this one can make up for a perfect true crime show that you can binge watch this weekend. Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story is streaming on Netflix. And if you have already watched the show, please tell your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to The Flick Addict. My name is Navjot. I shall see you next time. Goodbye.